Hi Huns, and welcome to our first ever Fact or Fiction. The rules to this game are very, very simple. I will read out a statement and these two little Huns, Charlotte and Bethan, will use the cards provided, to guess whether the statement is fact or fiction. This week, we are going to be reading statements out of New York Times bestseller, The Holy Bible.
You're like, what we're doing?
I don't think it is a New York Times bestseller. I'm just kidding. It's got some really bad reviews, you know.
The Bible?
Yeah, some really bad reviews. We all know the Bible is full of weird, strange, and just downright bloody silly rules and chapters, verses, parables, you name it, the Bible's got it. So, I'm going to read out some of these strange, silly, and downright weird rules, statements, and parables. So get your cards ready, girls. It's time to play Fact or Fiction! And subscribe, please. Now, let the games begin. Game show music. Okay, Huns, it's time for your first fact or fiction. God created light before he even created the source of light. Is that fact or fiction?
I think it's a fact.
Okay, guys, we're just playing for funsies. But join in at home and let us know how many fact or fictions you guessed correctly. I will win. Do you want to explain to us why you would think it's a fact or fiction?
Because on day one he made light.
Well, I have two reasons. So God's a massive narcissist.
Charlotte's just like, because it's the right answer.
Because God's a massive narcissist.
Yeah.
And in the Bible, it doesn't say God created the sun, which gave light, and God said it was good. It just says he done the light.
Correct!
Yes!
That is, in fact, a biblical fact. God did indeed create light before he even created the sun and the stars. The source of light. Okay, fact or fiction number 2. Some of these are so weird, like, honestly, like, you don't even know. Okay, if a man with... I feel so embarrassed saying this. If a man with genital discharge touches a clay pot, that clay pot must be smashed because that man is dirty. Fact or fiction?
I think it's a fact.
Do you want to explain why you would think it's a fact or fiction?
That just seems like the kind of silly thing that would be in the Bible.
I think it's fiction because if it was a woman it would be fact, but because it's a man. And the Bible is... Yeah.
Okay guys, I can reveal that was a fact.
I knew it! Because it's stupid. And that's why I knew.
That is actually a legitimate rule, along with a whole other long list of rules about men with genital and bodily discharge, which just happen to be nearly the exact same rules as a woman on her period. Fact or fiction number... that one, 3. What's?
1, 2, 3.
3. Okay. In Philippians 10, it states that salt and other herbs can only be mixed together on holy days.
Sounds legit. Salt and other herbs can only be mixed together on holy days.
Is salt a herb? It's not, is
It's a
it?
condiment.
It's a mineral, isn't it? So, girls, do you think that is a fact or a fiction?
I'm gonna say that it's a fiction. I think that it's a fiction because, like, surely there were other days than the holy days when you were supposed to sacrifice things at the tabernacle or whatever. Surely you'd want to season those bad boys.
Gotta season those sacrifices.
You know, some rosemary, some thyme. Time and time again.
Before you serve them up to God.
Chive.
Charlotte, why do you think it's fiction?
Because all they ate was like rocks with salt on. So, do you know what I mean? Like,
And a bit of a
well,
lemon bread,
they're only allowed to.
There was a fish. Okay.
5,000 people. There, quiet.
Okay, girls, I can reveal that was a fiction.
Oh, get it.
However, it did sound to me quite
Quite real.
convincing. However, I don't even think there is a Philippians 10.
I don't think there is because you said it.
There's Philippians 1, 2, 3, and 4.
I don't know because he said it, and I was like, "Why is she talking about Filipinos?"
10 Filipinos said that you can't mix.
In the Philippines, they only mix salt with pepper, and that's going in the video.
Okay, fact or fiction number 4. It was illegal to wear silver jewellery that hadn't been cleansed with frankincense if you were a virgin in the Old Testament. Explain yourselves.
It just that like it's just my heart is telling us that.
I just think, you know, when it comes to silver and frankincense and gold, you just couldn't get any more serious. And it's not a big joke about, is it really? And I'm not laughing anymore, so...
Right, I can now reveal that was a blatant bullshit lie that I made up. However, once again, I do feel like it was quite convincing.
Nah.
Fact or fiction number 5. Now, this one it might be a bit obscure for you, so you might not get the reference.
Okay.
In the book of Genesis, God told Adam that Eve was a dirty little sket with a smelly fanny. Fact or fiction?
I think it's a fact because women have always been shamed about the smells of their fannies, and I think that's really shan. And the true skets are the ones sketting on my sketty fanny.
I think it's fact because Adam was actually the true snake in the Garden of Eden because he allowed Eve?
Yeah.
He allowed Eve to take all the blame for eating that damn apple when he ate it as well.
And do you know what I think as well, actually? I think what happened really was Adam tricked Eve, said that they'd been married, that was their honeymoon, and then actually he dropped a load in her box, and then obviously there's no, working showers, so it got smelly, and then God came over and he was like, "What is that smell?" And he was like, "Mate, it's Eve, she's not had a wash in days."
I love how there was no working showers. It wasn't that showers just hadn't been invented.
The waterfall only falls when it falls. Don't go
my God,
chasing
that was
them.
so deep. Okay, girls, I can reveal that was, in fact, a fiction. As far as we know, that conversation never took place. However, everyone knows that God is a vengeful God who wasn't that keen on women and probably had with Adam and was jealous. Allegedly.
It wasn't a snake, it was a dildo.
Oh my God! Apparently there's a verse in the Bible, right, where God is going ham on someone because he's like, "You took all the nice gold and silver I gave you and made it into dildos and had sex with them." But it's the interpretation is different in everyone, so I couldn't use it as a question. Fact or fiction number 6. Are you enjoying the game so far?
Yeah.
Okay. Right, okay, this one is about David, but I'm not sure how many Davids are in the Bible, because it's been a long time since I've read it properly. So I know, like, David and Goliath and King David are the same David, so I'm not sure if this is the same David as that. However, in order for David to marry Saul's daughter, Saul demanded 100 foreskins as the bride price. Fact or fiction?
Upside down, man.
No, you didn't. I just feel like... Who asked for the bean skin?
Do you want us to repeat it?
No, but who asked for the bean skin?
Saul? King Saul? Is that his name, King Saul?
I feel like he was probably related to Herod, and, you know, everybody knows Herod definitely wasn't a only babies have foreskins, so... None of that's true.
Charlotte, why are you so convinced that that's a fact?
I don't know how to explain myself without bashing Christianity.
Just
as
do
a
it.
whole.
This whole thing is
Hun.
one of them to Christianity.
Bonus points.
Everybody involved in Christianity
Is
weird. Do you know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
I
And
was
then-
weird. I'm still weird.
Like, I fully believe that he wanted the foreskins, and I fully believe that he put them one on top of the other like this and built a dildo out of them.
Would you like the answer to fact or fiction number 6? That was a fact. Saul did ask David for 100 foreskins to marry his daughter, but David went one better. Do you know how many foreskins David got?
1,000.
200. Why cut off?
Not good enough.
Why cut off 100 foreskins from people you've just fought and killed when you could double that? Obviously, very devoted to marrying Saul's daughter.
You know,
That's touching.
an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, a death for a foreskin.
What did you do with them?
I told you.
Just,
built
you
them
know,
out
like,
of
no
the
2
dildo.
seconds, because I actually know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. Do you know when you get a pepperoni? You take the plastic off.
No! Sucking the cheese.
Deliciousness
The
out
naughty.
of them skins.
Okay, fact or fiction number 7. If 2 men are fighting and the wife of one man intervenes to help her husband by grabbing the genitals of the other man, her hand shall be cut off. Is that fact or fiction?
All genitals are technically God's genitals. Do not touch God's genitals. It's like the mail. The mail, until it gets delivered to the recipient, belongs to the Queen. And if you open the Queen's mail, you're going to get your foreskin chopped off.
Are you happy with your answers?
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
Well, girls, I can reveal that was a fact. Deuteronomy 25. I hope all you Christian ladies aren't touching any genitals. Protect those hands, girls. Protect those hands. Fact or fiction number 8. If your house is being robbed, you're allowed to kill the thief, but only at night time. If you kill him during the day, you are in fact a dirty, dirty murderer. Fact or fiction? Ooh. I would have thought you'd have gone fact and you'd have gone fiction, because that's how you normally do it. Why do you think fiction, Charlotte?
Do not kill.
Right, God killed.
God wasn't real.
Right, so then
Therefore,
the do not
you know,
kill
it's
is just
madness.
null and void.
No, but that's absolutely valid. 10 Commandments, do not kill. Thou shalt not kill.
Is that the only one you know?
Unless it's
Because it's the only one I know. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not make a quiz that blasphemes
Thou
all
shalt
over the
not commit
Bible.
adultery.
Thou shalt not covet thy neighbour's bum bum.
without consent.
It's not. They don't care about consent.
Wait, Bethan, why do you think fact?
I think fact because God deliberately made both dark and light. And see, the thing is, the reason it's not light all of the time. The reason that it is not light all of the time is so that in the night we can do things that then get forgiven in the morning because they didn't exist. And you can just go to the box and be like, Father, I dreamt I'd sinned, and he'll be like, it's alright, it's only a dream.
So do you mean like bum sex?
And killing people.
Both interesting, quite valid arguments there.
Yeah.
However, that was a fact. The time of day did in fact determine whether or not you could legally kill somebody.
What the hell?
Another great example of how the law does not determine right and wrong.
Okay, fact or fiction, number 9.
Excuse me.
What's number 9 in French?
9.
What?
9.
Oh yeah, no, that's Spanish.
So, fact or fiction, number 9. In Acts 3, verse 3, Peter and John went to temple for 3 o'clock prayers, but stopped for a drink first. They had too much sweet wine and got more, and ended up stealing the priest's shawl. They received a light stoning as a punishment. I'm assuming with gravel instead of stones, for it to be light. A light stoning. Imagine just somebody
I
picking up some
think-
gravel and going, done.
Fiction. I think they got rewarded
What?
for stealing.
Why? Because gender inequality and patriarchy.
Yeah.
Actually,
And men deserve to get rewarded for stealing and raping and pillaging. Don't go that way.
Well, I mean in the Bible.
They did get rewarded for that.
So
Well done, you're the strongest man. Sorry.
So Charlotte thinks that's a fact, and Bethan thinks that's fiction based on the fact she thinks that Peter and John got rewarded for stealing the prayer shawl from temple. Okay, well I can reveal that that was in fact a fiction. Peter and John did go to 3 o'clock prayers, but that was about as interesting as the story gets.
And they got rewarded for going to 3 o'clock prayers. When I went to 3 o'clock prayers, I got told off for wearing the wrong kind of skirt.
Okay, fact or fiction number 10. Is this direct quote from Big Boy Jesus Christ fact or fiction? It is written in the scriptures. Other things in life are more important than bread. Is that fact or fiction?
I want to say that it's fiction, right? But then I'm also like,
Jesus did love bread.
Jesus and God are more important than bread. Can you imagine, like,
What?
Jesus and God are more important than bread?
So what's your argument, sorry?
So did you say nothing's more important than bread?
Some
just
things
wanna
are more
know
important
whether
than
it-
bread.
Right. Faith, blind faith.
That was a fact. However, personally, I think Jesus was wrong. Bread is probably more important than half the things in my life at the
But
minute.
you know what isn't? Thrush. Don't eat too much bread.
I eat granary. I don't have any infections.
I
Fact or fiction? Numero 11.
Numero genero.
Okay. If a man is caught masturbating, then the hand he favours most must be cut off. Fact or fiction?
Stranger in the tub.
What?
Use the other hand. Stranger in the tub.
Do you want to explain why you would think that was a fact?
Because you can always stranger in the tub, and it's fine.
explain your argument, sorry.
Stranger in the tube?
No, your Charlotte's argument.
I didn't!
Have you done Stranger in the Tube?
Oh, yeah.
I'm just pretty sure I've heard that before.
Stranger in the tube?
No.
Oh.
Okay, well, girls,
I was going to say it's on Family Guy.
as far as I'm aware, that is a fiction that I made up. But people have been punished
What did I say, fam?
for less.
I said fact.
No, you said fiction, I said fact.
No, I said fact,
No.
because stranger in the tub, just use your other hand.
There's probably some kind of horrible thing about
Stranger in the
masturbation,
tub, exchanging glances. I don't know what.
but- Okay, fact or fiction, number 12. In the Old Testament, if you curse your mother or your father, you were put to death and sent to bed without any dinner. Fact or fiction?
Oh, I see. So you can kill me and then you can put me in bed? Listen to a question!
I don't think it's that deep.
Oh,
Year 6 comprehension.
I'll be sent to death
I mean, you could
and
look-
then sent to bed?
You could look at being sent to bed as, you know, in your coffin.
That's not what you mean. I'm not even rotate. I'm not a faint agent!
That was a fact!
Edition.
Except for the bed bit. No takebacks, only death.
The only reason I said that it was fiction is because you said about going to bed.
So the lesson learned here is,
Don't ever listen to Lauren.
don't curse your parents. Right, do you know what I struggle with, right? It's like, you've got a teenager who's really pissed off because you've done something that they didn't want you to do, and they go, oh, curse you, mum and dad, and you're like, right, sorry, get over here. No, you're just not going to miss your kids, you're just going to, you said something out of turn, now I have to kill you. Fact or fiction, number 13. Okay, God got so off with people living their own lives the way they wanted to and ignoring him that he said if you break any of his rules, you have to eat your own children. Fact or fiction? Fact or fiction, girls? Fiction
fact.
and fact. Charlotte, why do you think it's a fiction?
What was the question? Because God's not real.
Well, that honestly could be the correct answer for every single one of these, Charlotte. But is it a biblical fact or fiction?
I think the reason that this is a fact is because I think there's been a bit left out, right? And what I think is basically, so you would have to eat your children and then you would die. God would strike you down because you raised a child that was going to be that disgusting, disrespectful, hotching thing. And that's what you get for not being a better parent. That's what the Bible says.
Very, very good arguments for both sides, to be honest.
It's not true, is it?
It is a fact!
God!
After God finally decided, after a really long time of ignoring his people's prayers, to be set free from Egypt and slavery.
Could he literally not hear them singing, "Let my people go"?
Well, God is old and a little bit hard of hearing, apparently. So after all that time, after finally delivering his people from Egypt, he got a bit annoyed, you see, because people were just like, we waited a long time for you. Then they started doing their own thing once they were in the land of milk and honey. And so God was like, Moses, tell these if they don't do this, children for dinner. Yes, I may have skirted around the issue of the whole long list of the rules and what happened before that, but it's for entertainment. So that was a fact.
And people believe this.
Well,
People live their lives based on this.
No, nothing else though. It's really easy to believe that. I
That's
didn't know
your
anything
man's fault.
else.
I really hope that that any Christians out there, if you are breaking the rules, that you've got some children to spare.
Yeah.
Because it's Din-Din's time.
I haven't had any children yet, and I think, honestly, I've been unable to break any rules. Like, I've lived my life as I wanted, but I've been, like, physically unable to be chastised or, you know, judged for that. It's only...
Show your hand. No, open your hand out and show your other hand.
It's only... I don't know what I was saying, but it made a lot of sense and it's right.
Okay, are we ready for our last fact or fiction, Huns? Can I have a... Yeah. Okay, girls, I would like you to concentrate for this one because you might not understand the reference, or Charlotte might not.
Sorry, I'm just trying to pick.
I mean, I've got an A-level in philosophy and ethics, but...
Oh, I did forget about that. Okay, girls, your last fact or fiction. In the book of Revelations, the whore of Babylon, otherwise known as the mother of prostitutes, is reported to have had the fattest blunder on record at that time.
Say that again.
In the book of Revelations, the whore of Babylon, otherwise known as the mother of prostitutes who ruled the beast with the 7 heads, is reported to have had the fattest bunda on record at that time.
Can I ask
what bunda
what a bun is? It a bunda? A boom boom?
Got that bunda, mate.
That's not boom, you.
2 hours later.
I'm still not sure what all those words mean when they're all together, but I'm gonna
Bunda say.
I'm just gonna go for fact because I don't know what's going on.
Well, I can actually reveal that was fiction. The whore of Babylon actually had a mad flat bunda.
Really? She had mad flat bunda?
It actually isn't reported how fat her arse was. However, to have ridden such a big beast, I'm assuming she had at least some cushion.
Some bunda.
I've got it on good authority that she being the whore of Babylon actually had a Pauline bunda.
Thanks so much for joining in this game of fact or fiction.
Yes, sir.
I hope you all had fun. Did you two have fun?
I've had a banging time. I've had a bunda time.
A mad fat bunda times that we all had.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. And I enjoyed learning that no matter if you make something up or you read it straight out of the Bible, it sounds ridiculous either way.
Aww.
Fact or fiction, Red Dwarf edition.
I thought of it over there and I was like, yes, that's what we'll do next. If you would like to see any more fact or fiction videos, please feel free to leave a comment. Just saying that.
Regarding on what topic?
Yeah. We have been 3 Little Huns.
You haven't said anything about liking or subscribing.
Please, for the love of Sky Daddy, subscribe to the channel. We are currently at 182 subscribers. We'd really like you to round it up to 190 by the end of April. And we've got a discount on at the moment. It's actually free until the end of April to subscribe to the channel. So get the discount while you can. Use code HUN for 100% off. And
then just to warn you in advance, in May there is also going to be an extra good sale where I will start paying people 5 pence per subscription. So remember when I told you mums, dads, brothers, sisters, cousins?
Along with that subscription, you'll get a free like. So,
along with every comment, you might get.
That's the spirit of God. He's angry.
You might get a conversion.
Ooh, to my loft.
From 14:23, which will actually take you to a porn site.
Okay, thanks so much for watching. We've been 3 Little Huns. You've been amazing. Good night. A mad fat bunda time.